Greetings and God bless. So, are you somebody that has a very unique perspective that doesn't go along with the mainstream narrative? Are you somebody who thinks that nobody would want to listen to you if you had a YouTube channel? I really think you should do a YouTube channel. I have, maybe like 20, 15 people, and I have a few different channels because I have different topics I like to talk about. So if you're into race car driving, do a race car driving channel. And if you're into making cake, do a cake channel. If you have a lot of different interests, you can do that with YouTube. And then if you happen to say something that YouTube doesn't like, they'll give you a notification, a warning, a strike. They'll delete the video, and if they really want to get to you, they'll delete your whole channel. That's what happened to my first channel. But it is kind of therapeutic, I've got to say, especially in this kind of crazy world where you have to walk on eggshells around everybody. It's just nice to be able to freely share your opinion. And there might be one person in the whole world that agrees with you, and they're in India or Norway or something like that. But at least, one person agrees with you. So, because I was talking today, I was at the laundromat, and the guy who works security was talking about how in the male female dynamic, like women can be like very selfish and entitled, and just and kind of cruel. And that reminded me of this point that Brene Brown made about how there's kind of like this unspoken epidemic of kind of a male, like men don't get to have their feelings, don't get to um like it's weird. It's like they're just supposed to make money so the wife lives a luxury lifestyle, so the daughters live a luxury lifestyle. And it seems like there's not real love between the husband and wife, and the wife is just a trophy wife, and the husband is just basically a wage slave to keep up appearances. And I think there is something to that. And I'm summarizing. That's not what Brene Brown said. She was just saying that in her talks about like what do we, healthy boundaries and self-awareness. Like she would go to she would do these presentations, and then a lot of men would come up to her and kind of share like this harrowing um like lack of existence, like they don't matter to their wives and daughters. And and it's, I don't know, I'm no sociologist or whatever, but it was just a very interesting thing. And she was like, wow, she had no idea this existed. She just brought it to light. And so this guy, the security guy, was talking about it, and out, and he had a lot of other interesting notions just about life. And and he was like, I was like, you should do a YouTube channel, because he like I know there's a lot of guys who have unique, valuable, intelligent opinions. Uh, but I noticed that like a lot of guys, at least that I meet, don't share their feelings. Like they're not really interested in expressing it. Like guys they'll want to talk about like aliens maybe, or how to make chicken or something like that. Like guys will have interests that they feel comfortable and safe talking about, but like about their feelings and about culture and society as it affects their quality of life, there's not a lot of guys that are talking about it. And that just want to talk about it. And fortunately, I've got to say that the internet has been great, because you just get to spend time with people who are wanting to be reflective and expressive. Because I find in my personal life, Like, a lot of people don't want to be reflective. A lot of people don't want to express like how they really feel. Um, Folks are just like, oh, they want to play video games, they want to go get drunk, or or they're consumed with busy work. Yeah, and and I think I know a lot of Christians because I am a believer, and so then they're all up on that. But yeah, I do think though we are human beings and we have to kind of have some sense of our feelings and motivations. Even if you are a Christian. So, anyways, I just wanted to say though, I kind of got distracted, but if you have, even if you're just talking about marshmallows or something like that, like whatever it is, just put it out there, do a video. And even if it's not something that everybody is into, not everybody is expert on marshmallows or whatever, but you know, that's what this platform is. I mean, that's what's so great. The internet is like the all-seeing eye of Sauron, uh, scrolling, hypnotizing us and whatnot, and watching the birds and going for a walk and interacting with other people and being in sunshine and fresh air. I think those things are much more important than being online in a situation where that's just all you can do. Use it, like there's no reason why you shouldn't be online and sharing your thoughts, because you might be saying something that people need to hear. Like when I was talking to this security guard, it was like so helpful to hear what a guy was thinking, and just his perception. I can't remember everything he said, but it was just he had a lot of common sense. And I don't know about you, but just a lot of people, a lot of my friends don't seem to have common sense, or they have common sense in one area and absolutely no common sense in this other area. If we can even talk anymore, because I didn't conform to the narrative at all. And yeah, it just you know, like the human, like we were already isolated in 2019. Like we were already atomized and separated. Just everybody's consumed with their own little pet projects and personal interests. Like in the 70s, 80s, everybody had heard the same bands. Everybody knew who Prince was, or Pat Benatar, or Journey, or Metallica, or something like that. You know, like everybody had a kind of a sense, rap and whatever. But now, like so for instance, music, there's just a million different, literally millions of different iterations of millions of different genres. So, like, we don't have that common thing. We don't have common TV shows because now everybody's watching like some esoteric, whatever, like some unique thing. So, now we're all really separated. Whereas, 30 years ago, we all had more common reference points, like the same newscasters, the same TV shows, the same music, even though everybody might have had a different preference or something. um, there was just more common ground. And now there's very little common ground. And it's even becoming less so, when like you can't identify as a man or a woman, you know, biologically you can't identify, you shouldn't not exist unless you're an alphabet person, or an illegal or something like that. It seems like that carte blanche for the poster child of the left, but if you happen to not be that, you're in trouble. You're a criminal. You're a criminal if you're not one of the poster children of the left. And the strange thing is the leftists themselves become that. Like they become a criminal because they themselves are not necessarily in the alphabet soup, and they're not illegals. So it's just very crazy. It's very crazy. And what I'm realizing is the world is crazy, and those who are going along with it, they either already were crazy or just broken, so they just had to they're just going through the motions, and they're kind of crazy in that way. And there's probably some people who are like, I don't like how this is, but I gotta provide for my kids. And those of us who are idealistic and sensible and moral, it's the truth. It's the truth. So what do we do in that case? I'm just waiting for Jesus to return. That's all. You know, he said in the end times people would call evil good and good evil, and that's what's going on. And you know, every month I'm like, this is the thing ever, and the next week or the next month happens, and some next weird new thing occurs, like some unthinkable, irrational, unreal, like wrong thing occurs in our world. Sometimes, multiple times. So I just know Jesus has to return soon. And it is clear that humans are resilient, but keep watching. So, God bless and take care.